Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So Taylor Swift, biggest story over the weekend. If you were somehow living under a rock or something like that, her album broke all kinds of records on Spotify. It's like the second highest selling album in the first week. Besides Adele, she broke Spotify records all over the place.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like her or not. The numbers are just insane.
Yeah.
Most streamed artist in a day, most streamed song in a day, most streamed album in a day. And she sold 1.6 million copies of the album. She sold 600,000 vinyl copies of this thing. It's crazy.
Yeah. The reviews are all over the place. Some people saying it's just way too long. It's 31 songs. It's a double album. A lot of people saying it's just not that good.
That's what I said. I rarely have seen a double album that's worth it.
Yeah, unless it's a live album. Typically, it's like one of those. We could have made one great album or this.
Yeah,
and I thought she quit Spotify. Didn't she quit Spotify?
I think she just called them out and they fixed They fixed it for her.
Really?
Yeah, like she got a better deal than most people.
She got a higher royalty rate, I believe.
Huh.
Not surprising. They were like, okay.
But it wasn't.
Sure.
She wasn't one of those that quit because they have Joe Rogan.
No,
like those hippies did.
I don't think she's ever made a statement like that.
I think they're back too. By the way,
like Neil Young,
and whoever the woman was, one of those hippie women that quit.
So a lot of reviews were all over the place. I did have a chance to preview it all. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. It's a lot of poetry.
Yeah. And is there a diss track on there to Kim Kardashian like they're saying?
There is,
and I think it is fantastic.
Yeah,
I listened to it, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely towards her because the only capital letters in the name of the song are KIM.
Yeah. But I mean, as a song,
and it's such an odd name.
Yeah.
Unique name.
As a song, it's a great song.
Yeah.
And the twist at the end that you don't see coming the first time you hear it is like, wow, that's great.
Did she call Kim fat in the song?
She did not. She did not.
Not fat.
It's really good.
Her mom is trash. Call her like your mom's white trash, your family's trash.
I didn't catch that if she
and
did.
you're all fat.
Yeah.
She did use a lot of
except for the Jenners.
Yeah.
She didn't do any of that.
Well, then it wasn't a real diss track then.
They announced the 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. A lot of names on the list. My boy Jimmy Buffett is like honored in some way, but Mary J. Blige, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, and A Tribe Called Quest, along with a few others. So I don't even know. Does anybody even care about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore?
No.
I don't know. It's kind of important to those people that got in, I'm sure, care.
Yeah, right.
It's
sort of like a feather in their cap, I guess. But yeah, that's like not I don't know. It's not trending, but I figured it was an important thing enough to mention, I guess.
Yeah, and each one of those bands gets to play like 15 or 20 minutes the night of the ceremony. Plus all the other stuff they've got going on, plus speeches and videos. That's like a 7-hour ceremony. It's going to be crazy how long that thing is. Nuts.
Shoot me.
Awesome.
And don't forget, today is Earth Day. Today is Earth Day. So if you're a celebrity and you're not posting about Earth Day, are you really a celebrity? We'll find out today. Today is Earth Day, and that's what's now trending.
All right, just how much of a weenie society have we become? We'll let you determine that coming up next. Hang on.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and he's ready to save you some money, get you some money with an instant equity line of credit. How does that work, Richard?
Best product ever. We take a little bit of your information. We find out if you get an offer or not. If you get an offer, you can decide what you want to do. Get your money 4 days later. Pay off credit cards. Do home improvements.
I've done it. It's super simple. And again, start to finish, 4 days, you get your money. HomeWithRichard.com is where you get the process started. It's HomeWithRichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
4 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, so this is a thing that is being faxed around all over the place to different offices and stuff, and people are giving their opinions on it. They're gathering around the old water cooler and discussing it, in the break room. There's a guy who bought a house in Great Britain, and in the house, he's going through it, and he goes down into the basement, and he discovers a door that doesn't lead outside. It's kind of tucked back into a little cutout area surrounded by brick and everything, and then it's being blocked by a large metal cabinet. And the whole thing is a debate now on the social medias as to whether or not he should move that cabinet and go investigate what's behind that door.
What do you mean?
He is scared to do that. He's scared because he's talking about he's seen too many horror movies, and even though he's curious and he needs to know, and then it doesn't mention this, but also what's behind that door belongs to him now.
Yeah.
He bought it.
It might be something awesome.
Yeah, it could be treasure. It could be a nice big treasure back there.
It's probably nothing, but you got to go look. Who waits?
Yeah. He says, horror movies have taught me that the questions posed are always scarier and more interesting than any answer I could get out of it. So that blank blank is staying closed.
What?
Now, he's not even interested enough to see what's behind it to take the chance of opening it.
I get it.
You wouldn't open it, Rob?
I'd be scared to. I don't know that I wouldn't open it, but I would be scared to.
You wouldn't do it while you're home by yourself then?
No, absolutely.
You'd have to have others there to support you and swing golf clubs or whatever.
Yeah.
If something came out of it.
Man, the only delay I would have is if I had to call somebody to come help me because I couldn't get it moved by myself.
Yeah.
Like at that moment, I'd be like, "Oh, there's a door back here. Let's move this thing. Let's move this file cabinet and see what's behind this door."
Because I would think every piece of real estate in Great Britain has some sort of creepy factor to it.
That's probably
Because the country's old.
Yeah, it's so old and
A lot
Jack
of
the Ripper and
a lot
whatnot.
of the buildings are old and
You know what
everything.
I'm saying? Yeah.
I can see that.
Would you do it, Riggins? Would you look in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be scared?
No.
No. Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
But Rob would be, don't look.
I'd also want a witness in case there was something crazy, because nobody would ever believe me if it was.
What would you imagine
Phil-
if you had your mind set as to there was going to be something behind that door? What would you have it built up in your mind to be?
A dead body.
You would think it would be a corpse?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just one?
Oh, I don't know now that you've said it. Multiple. I found a serial killer's den.
Because, it shows what your personality is like, because some people would say, we got to open it. There could be something great behind that door. And then others say, I don't know, don't open it. It's probably something bad behind there.
Yeah. My first thought is it's probably nothing, but could be something awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing it would be something awesome. All right, I had to call 911 yesterday. I'll tell you why I had to do that. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's NEOGENIX. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Make sure you got that Ace and TJ family app. All of our stuff is on there. You can get all kinds of great things. And then sign up for the Ace TJ Prime and Prime Plus. Play the rewards game, and you know what you would get? Rewards. That's what. Ace TJ Prime Plus is a low price. And you get all of our podcasts commercial free. You get special content, like my political show, and then what is the one with the old clips and stuff in it?
The old stuff.
The old stuff. Yeah, that's what that's called. Yeah. The old stuff. I can't ever remember that. I know it's something about old.
Yeah.
And all that.
It's a tough name. I should work on it.
Yeah.
It'll be back this week. It's been off for a couple of weeks. It'll be back.
So go get that acetj.com/prime. Now, yesterday I had gone. It's a rainy, gloomy day yesterday. I had to be out running some errands and stuff, and I was headed home, and I was about to come over a bridge that's a small bridge over one area of the lake, and I look up, and the electric pole on the very top of it had flames shooting out of it. I mean, big flames. And I looked, and what was on fire is around our lake there are a bunch of osprey, and they build these giant nests out of sticks and stuff, not just pine straw and all that. They're built out of sticks. They're pretty hefty. Well, it was on top of that pole, and the pole had somehow ignited it. So flames was just shooting out of the top of that electric pole all over the place. So I called 911, aka 911. I called 911, and they said, "Fire trucks is on the way, good citizen." Wow. And I said, "Good." But then I thought, should I have stayed around like close anyway to see if something blows up? Do I want to be one of those types of people that can't just, report the thing and then go on and get out of the way? Am I now like a follow the emergency response vehicles to see what's going on type of person like my family always was? Then I just continue to drive on.
Right,
I was like, I'll hear about it on the internet. I'll hear about it on the FireWire.
You've done the job. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called in our county. It's the Iredell FireWire.
I didn't know that. And I live in there, and I didn't know that's what that's called.
Okay, well, if you need a crash course from an expert on the Iredell FireWire, then just 5 minutes with my wife, she'll have you caught up in no time.
Okay.
I mean, she lives on it.
Really?
Yeah, and I look at it like that's the new technologically advanced version of a scanner, a police scanner, an emergency scanner, like a lot of people had in their houses when we were little.
Yeah, so she knows everything that every 911 call gets popped up on this thing?
I don't know what all's on it, but I know that she's always on there going, there's something going on over here. I heard a bunch of sirens. Let me get on the FireWire, see what's happening.
Does she give you updates on that during the day?
No, just, if something has gone on, and she'll ask me, did you hear about this and this and this? Well, this is what was going on. I'm like, oh, okay. That sounds bad. That was bad business.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. You know, we have a lot of listeners calling in and taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Well, today is, I don't know, maybe we could call it TJ Oversaturation Day, because our podcast, TJ's podcast, drops, as the kids say, at 10 a.m. in the Eastern. And then the podcast I do with my wife, Jody, called TJ and Jody's House, drops at noon Eastern-ish or something like that. And she wasn't wanting to do it yesterday. Yeah, we recorded on Sunday evenings. It was, raining and gloomy, and we was tired. Oh, we was tired.
Just not feeling it.
Yeah. So, but the TJ's podcast is going to be all kinds of fun today. Probably going to make Riggins mad at some point because today's Earth Day, and I'll be trolling a lot with Earth Day stuff, and Riggins loves that.
The Earth? What did the Earth do to you?
Nothing.
What did the Earth do to you?
And the Earth is fine. I'm just saying I'm gonna be trolling the peoples, and then they'll be bombarding us with hate that you'll either have to just make it where it disappears, or you know what I mean, like hide the posts or whatever you do.
Yeah. Just what he loves to do.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else to do.
TJ stirs up the hate. Riggins' job is to hide the hate.
If it gets so ugly, I gotta hide it.
Rob, you didn't tell us that they were having a new bacon Cajun Ranch McCrispy sandwich at McDonald's.
You're right. I didn't tell you. That's my bad.
When did you find that out?
Last weekend, I think.
Yeah.
One of the TikToks I follow about upcoming fast food stuff gave me the word.
Bacon Cajun Ranch McCrispy.
It's like a Cajun sauce, I think, right? It's not like baked into the chicken.
Oh, I don't know.
Sounds delicious.
I don't like that they call it a McCrispy there, first of all.
Why is that? Are they blaspheming?
I just don't think it sounds stupid. They don't have to put Mick at the beginning of everything anymore.
It's kind of the trademark. It's kind of what they do for everything.
Do they call them McBagel sandwiches?
No, they do not.
They don't.
See, it's not across the board. So,
your logic is not very logical, Rob. They have like the McChicken,
The McDouble,
McFlurry, the McDLT.
Yeah,
They don't have that
a lot of it. They have
You get the idea.
But you know what gets me though is that I just love how they take the negative connotation out of something being fried by calling it crispy.
Oh yeah.
Because once they made, all food places made that change to where they don't call it fried, even though it's fried, and they call it crispy. I think the health of our society just skyrocketed. I mean,
so much better.
Cholesterol went down. Better heart health all over the nation, just simply by fooling people into thinking that crispy doesn't mean fried. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. That is
seen it
brilliant.
Through the years. The health of the nation has gotten so much better.
Yeah. And
over the past 20 years.
You know how many people have now gotten to where they're eating sushi just because they call it fresh and not raw?
Yeah.
And that's good for them too. That's a trick that's good for them. I thought it was raw. No, it's fresh. Oh, Give me that then. I want it fresh.
Riggins and Now Trending is next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
The U.S. House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed a bill that would ban TikTok in the United States unless the Chinese owners sell the company. So I've seen it in a lot of places. They're using the word inevitable that TikTok will be banned in the United States. So I just find it hard to believe that the owners would sell TikTok at this point. So I don't know what we're going to do because I love the app. I do. I'm on it every day, and it's a great place to get content, but it looks like it may be no more.
Maybe going away in America.
Very possibly.
Yeah.
Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice, as you may know her, had her 50th birthday in the UK over the weekend. She showed up with canes. She broke her foot. So she showed up, and all of the other Spice Girls did as well. And it's nice to see that they're still friends.
Cool.
But
That's nice.
But were they on canes too, just to help her?
Just to make her feel.
Oh, no, they just came. They didn't come on canes.
No, they didn't.
Okay, that would have been cute.
Something cool did happen. The DJ played a Spice Girl song, so all 5 of them, got on stage and did the little dance together.
The dance, yep, sure are.
And
that's pretty cool to see.
That doesn't happen often, and it looks like it's in a little somebody's house, and David Beckham is filming. He's so proud of his wife.
Yeah.
You always see that. But man, do they all look so hot? Every single one of them looks hotter than the next.
They really all look fantastic.
Unbelievably hot.
That's really nice, though, to see a group of people like that did such great things and broke up, that they're all still friends and hang out together.
Yeah. And the people that were there at the party were just stoked to see the Spice Girls get together and do 30 seconds of the song. So that was kind of fun.
It's neat.
It's neat. Taylor Swift's album, The Tortured Poets Department, landed on Friday. The new single is out with Post Malone. Little sleepy. It's a lot of poetry, as you can imagine. There's one song on it called Florida that features Florence and the Machine. And I'm sorry. No song gets better when you add Florence and the Machine to it. You
don't like Florence and the Machine?
Oh my God.
Oh, I think they're okay. I think they're kind of cool.
Hit me with a Jeep Cherokee. I would rather be stuck in a box than have to listen to Florence and the Machine.
I didn't think that particular song was spectacular.
Oh. But there's one song on it called The Alchemy, and it's all about Travis Kelce. I mean, she talks about, and it's all in coded words, but she says, we're looking for the trophy, and he comes running to me, meaning like at the Super Bowl. He wasn't concerned about the Super Bowl trophy. He went running right to her, which is kind of wild. But using the phrase, it's the alchemy, talking about Travis Kelce, it's kind of funny. Kind of funny. The AEW is the top trending topic at the moment, along with Chris Jericho. Something happened last night. Ace, did you see it?
They had a pay-per-view last night.
Is that what it is?
Chris Jericho won some kind of... They got like 90 championships, though. Not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan. Okay. And then Ukraine is trending because, we're giving a lot more money to Ukraine. And a lot of people are unhappy about that. So that's why it's trending, along with Earth Day.
Yeah.
So... part of what's happening in the world. I made an enormous mistake this weekend, and it didn't hit me until I walked through the doors of a very popular business in my town. I'll tell you what happened next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Don't forget, TJ's podcast happens at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can stream it live on the Ace and TJ family app, or you can get it later as a podcast. acetj.com/app, or you can subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. TJ said he's going to make people very upset today, talking about Earth Day. So some things change, some things stay the same. You know what I'm saying?
The truth about Earth Day.
The truth about Earth Day. Go. Start littering. So I made a huge mistake, and this is like such a rookie move, and it hit me instantly. So Saturday, I wake up, and I'm like, oh, you know what I got to do today? I got to cut the grass, and I got to go get juice for my vape. It's not the coolest thing I have to do throughout the year, but every once in a while,
juice from a vape.
I gotta go to the vape shop to get juice for my vape. So I'm like, oh, this will be easy. Cut the grass, get in the car. I'm like still sweating, but I know there's a place close to me, so I just zoom over there. I'm like, I'll be in and out, and then I'll be like home in time for lunch. Show up at the vape shop right when they open, because I've been up for 3 hours. 10 a.m., the doors open. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Why are so many people here? Oh my God. Today is 4/20.
Yeah.
And they're doing some sort of giveaway. So I am like soaked to the bone. You know, it's misty out. It's kind of raining. I've already cut the grass in the rain. And now I'm dealing with a packed house to get, my vanilla vape juice.
Yeah, because you don't even get a good flavor. You always get you don't get one of the names.
Yeah,
You just always I want vanilla. And you've talked about that before. Rarely do they have vanilla.
It's always like, we can go look in the back. I'm like, you don't have. They're like, well, we've got zombie skin. I'm like, no. just vanilla. You got a vanilla? You got a vanilla one? Well, yeah. So they were doing some sort of giveaway. They were giving out bongs or whatever they call them, water pipes. And let me tell you, the crowd. There was no confusing the crowd. I mean. It's not like it was the royal wedding.
Not a lot of suits.
Not a lot of suits. So yeah, I was like, fighting my way through the crowd. I'm like, oh, all these people here are for the giveaway, and finally found an employee that was doing lottery tickets or something. I was like, hey, I'm not here for the giveaway. I need to get some juice. And they were like stunned. They're like, do you want to stay for the giveaway?
No.
I think I gotta go. I think I gotta go. So
when you were in college, would you have gone for the giveaway?
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. If I wasn't 36, still having to, wade through the zombie skin and elf eyeballs or whatever the stuff is called. So stupid. Crazy thing happened on our social media over the weekend, and it's wild. I'll share the story next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato with the Richard Toccato Companies is here. And Richard, how can people save money every month when they're dealing with you in a refi?
By paying off high interest rate credit cards. Sometimes it's better to have one payment than it is to have 8, 9, 10, 12 payments. So refinancing that first mortgage and getting all that cash out to pay off all your credit card makes a lot of sense.
It makes life much easier. Go to homewithrichard.com to start the process. A lot of options with Richard Ducato. Don't miss this opportunity. Homewithrichard.com. Today, every company is a technology company, but becoming a fully enabled digital workplace is not easy. That's why you have CompuCom to guide you, a proven leader in managed IT services. They'll do more than just get you ready for today. They'll get you ready for tomorrow. Go to CompuCom.com for details.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, Richard Ducato, he is one of Ace and TJ's good friends. He's also a mortgage expert. And whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, open a home equity line, Richard can handle all that stuff. Great guy, super smart. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, all it takes is one short phone call with Richard. Or you can go to homewithrichard.com. His name is Richard Ducato. You're going to love that guy.
Richard.
So last week we were talking about things you've never done before. And over the weekend, we got a bunch of new comments on it. And okay, well, here, let me ask you this. Do you remember that movie Monster with the Charlize Theron vehicle?
Yeah, she won the Academy Award for that, right?
I think she did. Yeah, Best Actress in a Film. It was nominated for a bunch of Oscars. Great movie if you've never seen it. It was about the...
Eileen Warnock.
The serial killer, the female serial killer that was killing. She acted as a hitchhiker, right, and a prostitute.
Yeah, and she would kill the Johns, the guys that stopped to partake in her services, quote unquote.
Yeah, so that was a huge movie, and it was directed by a woman named Patty Jenkins. Now, you may know Patty Jenkins because she did the most recent Wonder Woman movie and the sequel. And now she's attached to a new Star Wars movie. Really great director. So under this post about things you've never done before, a woman named Jessica wrote, something I've never done. I've never watched Star Wars. But now my sister is making Rogue Squadron, so I guess I have to, LOL. And I was like, Rogue Squadron? That's it's like the new Star Wars movie. And I'm like, that can't be right. So I look at this woman, and I'm like, oh my God, her name is Jessica Jenkins. I'm like, wait a minute, are you Patty Jenkins' sister? She goes, yeah. Wait, you're kidding. So I go and look at her profile. She's got pictures with Patty Jenkins, who's this director of Monster and Wonder Woman. Yeah.
It was Eileen Warnos. I'm sorry, not Warnock.
Arlene Warnos.
Eileen.
Also standing next to Gal Gadot, who is the Israeli actress that played Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Small World.
That's
Sweet.
crazy.
Yeah, I thought that would have gotten a better reaction.
No, that's great.
So wait,
It's cool.
Never mind, I got a better story next.
It's cool.
Wait, I'm just trying to make sure I understand. So she is actually a listener to the show? She follows our Facebook page?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Why don't you date her?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to date her?
No, I don't. But I did ask her. I was like, can we ask you 100 more questions in our DMs? And she was like, no. Well, yes, you can, but I'm not going to answer any. Got it.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
It's doing. So, I've never been to a wedding cake tasting, Were they around when you guys got married the first time, or when Ace you got married the first time? TJ, when you got married, like the actual tasting?
I don't think so. I don't remember doing that.
Well, I didn't do it because the first time I got married, we moved to Huntsville in February, in August, and I got married right after that. So yeah, I wasn't around.
Oh, you weren't there. Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
for the last 2 months of our with all that stuff was being done, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
and we didn't do it this time.
I don't know if it's a big deal but I know women and men go and taste these cakes and stuff. I don't know that it was around when my parents got married or anything.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I just don't know that it was a thing. But it's definitely an important thing now. And there's a woman that went to go do a cake tasting, and it's very fancy. Like the baker will cut individual tiny slices, wrap them up in cellophane, put stickers on them, lay them out real pretty in a decorative box. And you want to know the flavor this woman picked on TikTok after she went to get her wedding cake tasted?
Vanilla.
Earl Grey blueberry. Now, you go to a wedding and you want to enjoy somebody's wedding cake, or at least get a bite of it. Earl Grey blueberry.
I get that you may enjoy that, but my first thought would be, well,
it's for everybody.
If everybody's going to eat off this, we should get something a little more, universal.
Yeah, a little more mainstream.
Yeah.
Than Earl Grey blueberry.
I just don't think I've ever heard of a wedding cake that is fruit flavored of any specific fruit. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Like a strawberry cake,
right?
Or banana cream. No. Blueberry Earl Grey.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know.
Earl Grey?
I thought it was a tea.
It is a tea.
Okay.
Exactly. Of all the delicious cake, Duncan Hines has kind of figured it out, like what cakes taste good. Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, is not making an Earl Grey blueberry cake. So, I'm glad that they have options, but how stupid.
So it did have tea in it?
I believe so.
Okay, because that best red velvet cake in the world that I baked the other day had coffee in it.
Oh.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. And it's been, just had awards piled on top of it in the past 2 weeks.
Award after award after award.
It was a huge hit. What was the flavor of your cake? Do you know?
Yeah, red velvet.
It was red velvet.
No,
you mean my
your
wedding
wedding
cake?
cake?
Just plain wedding cake.
White.
Vanilla white.
Yeah.
Just like the bride.
Yeah.
What was yours, Ace?
I think mine was too, but I never got any of it. I'm sorry, I got a lot of it because it's all we had. When they packed up the meal when we left, they screwed up the boxes and just gave us all the desserts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we drove away and we were starving and sat down to eat that night when we got where we were going. And all we had was cake.
Yeah. But their wedding cake was done in a Pyrex baking dish. So.
It might have been Duncan Hines.
It might have been.
Now trending that.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Earth Day is the top trending topic, one of the top trending topics. So people are celebrating Earth Day and giving advice about how you can Improve the earth. Improve the earth. Stop littering. Pick up litter. That's about as far as it goes. Just stop littering.
Yeah.
They gave the 3 biggest ways you can do something. The 3 most important things you can do now.
Perfect.
Eat all your food. Don't waste food.
Okay.
Don't waste napkins. There's like 1 napkin should be enough. You'd be fine. And the third one was, God, I forgot the third one because it was kind of funny. I forgot what it was.
Wasting napkins is the biggest problem we're facing
They
here
said
on
wasting
Earth.
napkins was the big thing.
Come
And the
on.
third one is use the reusable grocery bags.
Oh, yeah.
The main thing you can do
That's what they
is to gather up a bunch of your little friends, and before you go gluing yourself to some piece of art or to the road or something, if you want to do something good for the earth, get a bunch of your friends together, go to China and tell them to stop what they're doing. You demand they stop what they're doing.
Yeah.
You go to India, Indonesia, Chad, go to all of those places because they're the ones putting out all the pollution and straws and plastic and all of that. Leave America alone. Stop being little communists.
Shouldn't we do our part, though?
We already do our part.
Do we?
Oh, yeah. Because we don't want dirty water and stuff. We gotta drink that. So we do our part. Go over there to those communists and stand up in their faces and try some of that. See what happens. Because they're the ones who are doing all the polluting. Get over there.
We're looking at you, Chad.
Yep.
Watch your mouth, Chad.
Indonesia. Get your rich parents to put flights together for all of y'all.
That's it.
Little protesters.
So Taylor Swift's album is out. Some of the reviews are lukewarm. Some people, I've seen it given like a 5 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Some publications have not included the author of the reviews because they are worried.
They get death threats
about the safety of the
Yeah.
the authors of the articles.
There's a
which I
magazine
love.
called Paste that gave her a bad review in 2019, and they got death threats. The author did of the review. So this time they gave her another bad review, but didn't print the writer's name.
The Swifties, you don't want to upset them.
I don't know what Paste is, but it's out there.
Paste.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're worried about their authors. I like that. And those are a few things that are now trending.
Something came up on the new Ace and Friends show that airs every afternoon on our app that just has to be brought out to a more public audience because TJ needs to know about this piece of information because we may have to step in. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
They say there are only 2 things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I wrestled with this over the weekend. Friday on Ace and Friends, which is a show that airs every afternoon at 3 on our app. I don't know if you know this or not, TJ, but you know, on Teddy Rob's recent trip to Atlanta when he went to play board games with his buddies, when he got down there, as they unloaded their car, he told us that he took his box fan and he took his CPAP machine and he took his big cardboard box full of all of his gaming materials that he was going to need for the weekend. And he took his luggage, which happened to be, at 38 years old, a plastic bag from the grocery store.
That was all his luggage.
All his luggage. He said his clothes for the weekend were he just threw them in one of those little plastic bags you get at the grocery store, just like you were carrying out,
Yeah.
I think of Twinkies and some hamburger meat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I also use that to bring back my dirty clothes. Same bag.
Well, sure.
Yeah. That's probably what the only reason for taking one of those would be. Put your dirty clothes in on the way home. and then put that in your suitcase.
Yeah.
And aren't all your clothes dirty clothes?
Excuse me?
That's just good.
Aren't you a walking hamper?
So you didn't? Do you own a piece of luggage, Rob? Like, do you own like a duffel bag or something? And you had your backpack.
Yeah, I had my backpack, but I have I don't remember the brand, but Riggins also has one. It's like a duffel bag that we had like a promotion. with
Mountain
somebody.
khakis.
Right,
Yeah.
that's the one. I have one of those.
And those
A
are
really
nice.
nice ones.
Super nice, but I don't use it. It's too big. I don't need all that space.
Okay.
It's too big.
You could put the box fan in it.
Yeah, you might.
So the stuff that was in your backpack or some of the games and all, or the CPAP machine probably could have gone in the duffel bag, and you could have kind of consolidated.
No, it's fine. It was. I had everything I needed
Okay.
in what I had.
So when are you going to Richmond?
That is right before May the 4th, because May the 4th
May the
be with you.
4th be with you. Okay. So are you still going to take everything in the plastic bag?
Yeah, maybe I'll get one of those reusable bags from Aldi or whatever, just to be more environmentally friendly.
Earth Day. Love it. He's listening.
Who, TJ?
No, Rob.
Oh, Rob's listening.
I want to do my part.
Yeah. Let's all do our part.
See, I'm also doing my part by reusing that plastic bag.
Yeah, you actually are reusing the plastic bag. So good for you, Rob.
Egg on y'all's face.
That's right. You had the environment in mind, didn't you?
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Okay, I got to backtrack a minute because we were just talking about a second ago, Rob's using a plastic bag from the grocery store as his luggage. And then he has a really nice bag. And TJ off the air said, hey, if you want to sell that bag? Rob goes, no, I still use that because anytime I go someplace longer than 3 days, the plastic bag's not big enough.
Still uses it.
TJ just scoffed at like, oh, okay, whatever.
When's he going anywhere for more than 3 days?
That was my next question is when do you go somewhere for more than 3 days, Rob?
Like once a year with Meredith somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a traveler.
Yeah.
I'm well traveled.
I saw the story, and I find this interesting. There's a new survey out on what's acceptable and unacceptable in restaurants. 50% of people think it's okay to ask to be seated near an outlet so they can plug in their phone in a restaurant. Is that okay? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it any different than asking for a booth or a table? I mean, booth.
Yeah, I guess it's not.
That is weird, though, that you're like, I need to charge right now.
Yeah, asking for a to-go container to take home leftovers, 93%. That's totally acceptable. Taking photos of food, acceptable or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, 75% said it was acceptable.
Acceptable to whom? When I saw this list, I was wondering, To whom are they speaking?
Well, is it acceptable to each individual person? Is it acceptable to you, TJ, that somebody at the table takes pictures of their food?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Says flirting with the staff. 23% of people say that's acceptable. 57% say it's not. Bringing outside food and drinks into the restaurant. 14% say it's acceptable. I didn't think that was even allowed.
Sometimes they'll let you do it for cheering. If you're eating in an exotic food place like sushi or something, and you got little kids, they'll let you take McDonald's in there for them.
Yeah. And debating menu prices with the staff. 8% say it's acceptable. There is no way it is acceptable to debate with the staff over the price of something, because the waiter or waitress is not the person that sets the price.
But they can go see the manager, just like car dealers, like car salespeople.
Yeah.
Let me talk to my manager and see if I can get that burger knocked down to $11 for you.
Who would do that?
It's not acceptable, but I want to see somebody do it.
Yeah, I want to see somebody do it too. Absolutely.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time, about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. We have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
I just have to ask, because I was so excited to talk about this today. We talked about it earlier a little bit, but this Taylor Swift song, that is her diss track of sorts to Kim Kardashian. It's called Thank You, Amy. AIMEE, and in it she capitalizes the letters K, I, and M. So it's all about Kim Kardashian. I'm not gonna lie to you though. My wife came home the other day and goes, "Have you heard this song?" And I said, "No, we listened to it." And I was like, "That's phenomenal, because you don't see that there's a twist coming at the end of the song, and it's just great." You've heard it, Reagan?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
It's great. It is a great song. Did you like it, Rob, or did you hear it?
I don't remember any of the songs from it. None of them really stuck out in my mind.
Oh, it talks about the quote bronze spray tanned statue, end quote, about you have of yourself outside of your home and all this kind of stuff. But the end is the best part, because at the very end, she writes, "And one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is gonna know is about you." I was like, that genius. It's so good. Well, now everybody knows it's about Kim Kardashian because they've come out and told everybody that it's about her. It's really good, though. It's worth checking out. If you don't like anything else on that album, and I know it's huge news everywhere and it's all over the place and everybody's heard it, blah, 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 but it's worth to go in and check out that one song because it's really good.
Yeah, it should be We Too.
A song that only us two is going to know is about you should be a song that only we two is going to know is about you.
Right.
We too. Is that true? Should it be that?
Yeah, that only we will know is true. Instead, you wouldn't say, well, only us is going to know it's true.
Oh, wow.
Try again, Taylor. That's why it's not a success.
There you go. Please work on that, Taylor.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show. More next.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.